It all began with this one Instagram scenery post from 2018 that got over 10,000 likes. Ever since, I always bring a few travel time pieces whenever I travel to a new place or visit a park. If you want to see my other watch scenery photos, follow me on Instagram. Exactly a year ago, I traveled to China, bringing along 4 vintage Omega watches. I had my Seamaster chronograph on my wrist and 3 others in a travel case. I would carry more if I could, but I don't want I don't want them to get confiscated going through custom. Better to be safe than take the risk. In this episode, I will share the 4 pieces and some of the places I visited during this trip. When you're having fun, time flies. China is similar to Canada. You won't find vintage watch shops in most of the cities you visit. Instead, I bring my own pieces and enjoy the scenery and food. It's my holiday, so I won't spend time hunting for watches anyway. The first destination I visited was a part of rural Hangzhou city known as Thousand Island Lakes. I grew up in Toronto, Canada, where there are no mountains except for maybe a few hills from the distance. So seeing this endless mountainous plateau that gives you this majestic feeling takes my breath away. I travel with 2 iPhones, my iPhone 14 to film videos and my iPhone X to take photos. In my experience, the iPhone X is the best iPhone for taking photos. Comparing the result between the 2 phones, the images from the iPhone 14 are dull and cannot emphasize the true beauty of the watch. The piece I mainly wore throughout this trip was this 1962 Seamaster chronograph under case reference CK14364. This piece gets the most wrist time from all of my chronograph watches. I'm not a fan of the Speedmaster. I much prefer these simple chronographs with a regular bezel. After a week in Thousand Island Lake, Hangzhou, I took a 3-hour flight to Chongqing, a cyberpunk or 8D city. While the city blew my mind with its beautiful nightlight and skyscraper, I would not recommend anyone visit during the Chinese New Year. It's just way too crowded and the traffic is horrific. Of course, I could not find a scenic spot to take photos of my watches. I spent 3 days in this city, and the piece I wore during this period was my 1959 Omega Constellation Pi pen with broad arrow owl markers under reference CK14393. Here I am standing on the ground floor of Kuising Building Square, only to shockingly find out that I am actually 22 stories above the ground behind me. One of the city's most popular tourist attraction is the Lijiba station, where the train passes through a building. So Chongqing was actually part of Chengdu decades ago. Giant pandas are native to the Chengdu region of China, which is why the Chongqing Zoo has around 2 dozen pandas. I took the speed train to Chengdu and stayed there for 2 nights before heading back to Hangzhou, where I spent the remaining few days of the trip before returning to Canada. I will have to make another trip to Chengdu in the future so I can travel further and visit the rural part of this major city. And while in Chengdu, I had my first generation 1952 Omega Globemaster on my wrist under reference 2652. During this entire trip, the only timepiece I did not wear was the 1947 Omega Cosmic Moonphase Triple Date. This watch is prone to moisture, and I did not want to take the chance, especially since my workshop is over 10,000 kilometers away. Please enjoy the remainder of this video. I will share some of the scenic photo near the end. I understand this episode differs from my usual videos, but I hope you find it interesting to watch. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the following episode.